into it. Here we go. Hello,
Hey,
everybody. It's the Tuesday night comic book preview stream here at Fantasy Books and Games. I'm Aaron. This is
what
Sam.
up?
There's like a decent amount of stuff coming
Yeah,
out tomorrow.
looks
There's
like it.
a decent amount of new stuff.
Yeah.
I think is the way to put it. But let's just jump right into it. I mean,
I know.
you know how I normally like to start these streams. And I don't mind telling you that we're not going to start it that way today because I have a couple of gigantic books that I need to get off of the my space here in front of me. But one of the books coming out tomorrow that I am super excited about. Well, not really a book. It's a box set.
Yeah.
This is the Ghost in the Shell box set. It's got all four and hardcovers too. It's hardcovers. So
that's amazing.
if you've never read the original Ghost in the Shell, it is absolutely one of my favorite comics, manga, anything like that it's ever been made. Masamune Shirow. It is so good. And so, I haven't actually not read all of the sequels. I think I've read the second one and the third one. I don't think I've read this fourth one. So
Okay.
I guess that's an excuse to buy the box set.
You got new material,
I got new
yeah.
material, yeah. But I highly recommend this. This is awesome. Check this out if you have not read it. It's definitely worth it.
What's the price tag on that bad boy?
This bad boy is oh man, it's so small. $140.
That's not bad.
Not bad for four hardcovers
Yeah.
and this nice slipcase. Yeah, that's pretty good. Also, oh my gosh, another gigantic book coming out tomorrow that we're going to just talk about right off the bat.
Sure thing.
And this is like I guess it's not a facsimile, but it is a reprint, so I'm gonna count it.
Yeah.
We have the work in progress edition of Dark Knight's Metal,
That is so
with
cool.
art by Greg Capullo. This is another one that I can't really put down on the preview screen because like it's just so big. It's printed at the original art size. So what's neat about these work in progress editions is like you can see like the penciled page next to the inked page, and just like if you really appreciate the art, this is a great way to experience it. It's like those artist edition books exist, but I kind of like that this is like a mini artist edition just for one book.
Yeah.
And it's not going to cost you $150 to get like a giant hardcover. It's just the one. So yeah, very cool. Dark Knight's Metal, awesome. Greg Capullo art there. Okay.
That's cool.
Hey Jesse, how's it going tonight?
Hey,
I have something specific I know she's excited to see, but we'll get to it. Get to it because now it is time finally to talk about the facsimiles. Yeah. There are 3 facsimile reprints coming out tomorrow.
Sweet.
2 of them I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. First, we'll just briefly mention Marvel has been reprinting Civil War 7. This is the final issue of the classic Civil War series from 2006, 20 years ago. This book came out. I know. Very cool art by Steve McNiven. This book was. It's difficult to describe how big of a deal this book was.
Right.
Like it almost seems quaint after they've. I mean, like that page right there. Not the anti-smoking ad, but just cool stuff in here. But it's difficult to describe how big this was. Like the movies hadn't been out,
right?
And a lot of Marvel books, they had the heroes fighting each other. That was kind of a staple of Marvel books. But this was the first, like. It's not the first event because that's what Secret Wars was. But that one was kind of like humans versus villains.
Right.
This was the first one where they just leaned all in. I think it was the first, certainly as an event, where they just leaned in on all the heroes are just politically divided and they just are fighting to the death over it. How quaint, to have people fighting over politics 20 years ago. Like, I'm glad we've gotten past that now, where nobody's in the streets murdering each other for, about policy, government policy, and stuff like that. Anyway, moving on. These are the 2 facsimiles I'm very excited about. 2 different Batman facsimiles. There is Detective Comics number 575. This is the first issue of Batman Year 2. He's got a gun, and that's a big deal because
Okay.
Batman doesn't use guns.
Yeah.
That's why it's like this. It's I guess it's like, again, this is another one that's kind of quaint now because you see so many like hardcore Batman images. Like Absolute
Right.
Batman's got the axe, Dark Knight's metal. Like this is a big deal that Batman was holding a gun back in 1988, I think,
Right.
whenever this came out. But yeah, this is the Batman Year Two series. Have you ever read this one?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah?
So I've read Year One, which is
Okay.
kind of like one of the seminal, the Frank Miller, David Mazzucchelli Batman stories.
Right.
I never did read Year Two, but I know it has some of the future issues of this. It's a 4-part story, I believe. Has a famous cover by Todd McFarlane.
Oh,
So DC is reprinting the entire series.
that's awesome.
So I'm very excited to actually read it. Finally get around to reading it.
I've never even read Year One for that matter.
Oh,
I've
okay.
seen the film adaptation of it, or the animated.
Okay,
of it, but
okay. I mean, I haven't seen the film animated adaptation, but I usually DC's adaptations are pretty close
They're
to the
decent,
originals,
yeah.
so I'm gonna guess that it's okay. But it's honestly one of the best Batman comics ever made.
Okay.
I'm not even exaggerating a little bit. But yeah, Batman Year Two. This one is like it's well liked, but it's just, I think it's overshadowed by
Right.
Batman Year One. But yeah, it's written by Mike Barr and Alan Davis and Paul Neary. There's 3 writers on this. I think Alan Davis is the artist. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, I'm sure he had a contribution to the story. So I'm not even prepared to talk about this book. I have, like I said, I haven't read it. I didn't even get a chance to flip through it. But it is a facsimile reprint. We get these cool 80s ads for other DC books. Very excited about that one. I'm feeling good about that one.
Nice.
Also coming out tomorrow, another Batman reprint. It is Batman Adventures, the what is this? Mad Love Special. Now I feel like maybe this should have come out last week,
Right.
before Valentine's Day. But
Valentine's
you know
Day.
what? It's close enough. This is a special 64-page one-shot issue that came out in I forget which year, 1994. Oh, I want to get this down in the big camera. Here we go, 1994. And what's cool about this is the origin of Harley Quinn
Mhm.
as a part of the animated series. This isn't like regular DC continuity Harley. This is the animated series DC Harley, and so it's written by Paul Dini and art by Bruce Timm,
That's amazing.
the art director for the animated series.
Yeah.
And it looks great. Like, this is so cool. Just Bruce Timm. I wish he did more comic work. Like, I understand why he, worked in animation because it's a good gig, but like his comics are really, really good looking.
Mhm.
And one thing I always find interesting about his comics, because he always kind of had like a little bit of like that like cheesecake bad girl edge to his design. Like, you see
yeah,
Harley's
I was
butt
just gonna
here.
say, look at the
And
shading
it's like
on the...
it's the kind of thing you don't normally see in the cartoon, but
No.
his comics, they could get away with it a little bit more. And yeah, just I'm so excited that they're reprinting this one, because this is another one that I haven't read. So I'm getting to read 2 cool Batman stories for the first time.
Is that inks by Rick Burchett too?
Oh, you know what? Let's take a look. I don't think so.
No?
It's just all by Bruce Timm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Burchett did a lot of the art for the Batman Adventures comic book series, so
Right,
that's
yeah.
that's a logical conclusion. But no, this was all by Bruce Timm, so that's
so cool.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another book coming out tomorrow, not a strict facsimile, but a reprint. And I love talking about Conan the Barbarian. Savage Sword of Conan Savage Sword of Conan Reforged comes out tomorrow. This is, if you're looking at this, I've had a few people ask me in the store. They look through this and they go, "This looks kind of familiar," and I tell them yes, because this is. Oops, I'm gonna get this down on the big camera. These are reprints of older
Right.
Savage Sword stories, but they've been colored, so they're newly colored. And so what I like about these is that it is a lot of the just the comic artist greats, like the veterans, John Buscema and Windsor Smith, Barry Windsor Smith, just like very, very cool stuff. I love a lot of these classic Conans. I guess I should be careful about which pages I turn to. Like, these were made in the 70s and 80s, so, but they were the reason they were done as magazines was so that they could be a little more risque,
Right.
and they could circumvent the Comics Code Authority. That was kind of the secret. And with the rise of comic book shops, they could kind of reach a bigger audience,
Right.
that the newsstand might not be reaching. But anyway, very excited. I've been enjoying this. Just classic Conan stuff. All right. Let's see here. I have a few things here we'll just briefly mention, just kind of some collected editions, some graphic novels. Actually, we will briefly mention Absolute Wonder Woman Volume 2 comes out tomorrow. I know everybody's pretty excited about this. The Absolute books are just, tearing up the sales
Yeah.
charts. And also the trade paperbacks. Like, that's a thing where I know, like, the issue sales have been doing really well, but the trade paperbacks, there's just as many people buying the trades.
That's awesome.
And it's because a lot of people, it's just like gaining all this word of mouth and picking up steam, and there's a lot of people that are also just book readers. They don't
Right.
they don't buy the monthly books. So I really really like Absolute Wonder Woman. I think it's possibly the best of the Absolute books. It's kind of tied with the Absolute Martian Manhunter.
We always
with me.
rank 'em,
We
like,
always
every
say
week.
that. Yeah, I know. I know. We always. I just like. I can't. I really like this book. And,
Yeah, it's really
and
good.
and it's like, I feel like it's a book that people that might not normally read Wonder Woman, I think they would really like this. Like,
Yeah.
I myself have not read a lot of Wonder Woman. Most of the Wonder Woman books I've read are like Golden Age Wonder Woman. It's like from the
Oh, okay.
40s, But I really really like this. It's really good. Also coming out tomorrow, another Absolute book, Absolute Batman number 17. This is the first appearance of Absolute Poison Ivy, so get on the hype train. I think I've said everything I'm going to say about Absolute Batman. It doesn't need my help to sell it.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah. Also coming out tomorrow, this graphic novel hardcover caught my eye.
Yeah.
This book is called Big S Sword, and it looks really really cool. This is as I understand it, it is the debut English language graphic novel of artist Andreas Butzbach. And so I don't know if they're French or Italian or
Right.
something like that, but it's a really cool looking book, and it's basically just like a barbarian robot cyberpunk kind of a thing.
Did I see this solicited before? Or?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but it looks really cool. Just like, a robot in a wasteland with a giant sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really. I flipped through it a little bit. I'm very excited to read it. I haven't really had a chance to
Looks cool.
read any of it, but yeah, it looks very very cool. So check this out. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool motorcycle.
Yeah.
Got like a little bit of an Akira thing, talking about
Yeah.
manga and anime and stuff. So yeah, hardcover for Big S Sword looks pretty boss. Another thing coming out tomorrow. I just want to briefly mention this. Because we talked about, you know what, that might have been one of the Susie, when Susie was here.
Yeah.
We talked about the Mega Man books, because there was a week where there was like 3 different Mega Man books all
The
at once,
timelines?
because
Yeah.
their publishing got all off and
Yeah.
stuff. So Mega Man X number 1 is out tomorrow, and the Mega Man's got some fans out there, and
Yes.
I myself have played a lot of the old Mega Man games. Oops, there we go. I'm bad about that today. But anyway, I'm mostly mentioning this because it's very coincidental that this is coming out, and I guess I don't need to have the down camera on now, because we just literally today got in these new shirts that I don't normally show off on the stream, because this stream is comic book related,
Right.
but it's so it's Mega Man. And I just wanted to show off that if you've come into the store before, there we go, and you might have noticed that I wear some pretty cool shirts.
Yes.
Like, not to brag or nothing, but they're good shirts. And so we just got one in for Mega Man, and this is a very cool design. Like, let me put it on the down
Are
camera
those
here.
all the various
It's like
bosses,
it's the
or-
bosses, like character select screen, like where you
Okay.
pick which boss you're gonna fight.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's and it's the original Mega Man 2, not Mega Man X. Although we did also get a shirt in for Mega Man X. I just didn't bring it in here to show off on the stream.
Right.
But yeah, so like, if you're a Mega Man fan, definitely, I mean, get the comics, of course, but check out these Roosevelt shirts. We've been selling them for a while now, and they're just very, very, very cool. Okay, Sam, what's something that you got that you want to talk about?
I got a couple books. Let's talk about I'm not sure what the title of this book is. I'm pretty sure it's just
yeah, it's okay. I think
yeah, it's just Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre. Yeah.
yeah. I saw that
Check
on the
it
shelf
out.
too, and I had that same thing where I was like, "What?
There's
what?
a lot going on the cover.
What kind of silliness is this?"
It
Yeah,
is
there's.
silly.
I mean, it feels maybe calculated to take advantage of several like topical meme type things, like
100%.
I mean,
Yeah.
hippopotamus, like Mudang
Yeah.
was like the meme of the moment last year. Cocaine bear,
Yeah.
you know, Florida man is like always popular, you
Exactly.
know. Yeah. So, did you read this?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What'd you think?
I thought it was funny. It was very funny.
Very funny. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the books this week were funny. So the entire thing is essentially like a public service announcement brought to you by the first lady, who's supposed to be kind of like Nancy Reagan. And
Okay.
she's telling you about the dangers of drugs.
Yeah. Okay. I see that.
So she's like, oh, you know, don't smoke reefer. Like, it'll turn you crazy and turn you into a communist. And here's this proof from the Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre. And the whole thing just details the massacre and how it's supposed to be just like this big drug bust that goes horribly awry.
Okay.
And the hippopotami get a hold of hippopotami. Is that the plural?
Hippopotamuses?
That makes more sense. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, they get a hold of the cocaine.
I'm just like trying to flip to get to the. There we go. I just wanted to see a hippo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As you might expect, I'm not surprised to hear the hippos get cocaine.
Yeah. I mean, they basically give it away in the title.
It's right.
Right.
It says it right on the tin. Everything you get.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Aside, what's not mentioned on the front cover is, you know, there's a plot with this Florida cop trying to save his brother who got roped into the drug bust and got captured, and you know, but yeah, it's just a lot of like really easy humor.
Pretty absurd.
Yeah,
pretty silly.
very absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
You know what? This is like, because this feels like they're going for like a kind of like an 80s action vibe. This is not even the only 80s action vibe comic we're going to talk about on the stream today. But yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, this definitely is like an eye catcher. Like when you see it on the stand, you're just like, what the fuck? Florida cocaine. There's so many buzzwords on here. Florida hippopotamus cocaine massacre.
Right.
Neat. Okay. Few other books. I'm going to just make a brief mention of. We're not going to talk about them in too much detail, but there is 3 different Wolverine books coming out tomorrow. And that's the only reason I'm really mentioning them. First, we have the kind of like half Wolverine, which is Generation X-23, which is Laura Kinney. And so there's her new book. They're kind of like getting away from her being Wolverine. Like Marvel has this problem where they have multiple characters having the same name, and then they don't know what to do with them. Like, see Spider-Man right now. Like, I think Miles Morales, he is going by a different name, but it's like
I don't know about that. I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I heard some talk about that, and I don't. But like, he's still Spider-Man in his book, I think. But you know, it's like they've got Laura Kinney, and she was Wolverine for a while. They had 2 Wolverine. It was Wolverine with Logan, classic Wolverine, and then there was just Laura Kinney Wolverine.
Right.
Literally 2 books titled Wolverine coming out at the same time. And so now she's taking she's taking back her X-23, but they're combining it with Generation X-23, and that's the extent of my knowledge about this comic. I didn't even flip through it. But there is, as I said, also the regular Wolverine series coming out tomorrow, and then there is a Wolverine mini series, Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon. And so if you're a little confused, like if you're unsure, these are 2 different books. This is the main series. This is a new mini series, which I think is supposed to be. Well, I don't think it is supposed to be setting the like the first steps into what's going to be the event later on in the year. This is written by Chip Zdarsky, who's kind of become Marvel's like creative leader at the moment. Like they were very like they put out a press release where they were kind of like, yeah, Chip's going to control the creative direction of like the line. Like kind of like how Brian Michael Bendis was back in the 2010s ish. And so this is like kind of the first book for that, where like Chip's doing this Wolverine miniseries, and it's going to build into bigger stuff down the line, like what their events are going to be about and stuff like that.
Did you get a chance to read that?
I did not,
Okay.
but I did see that Nuke is on the cover.
Right.
And I can tell you that Nuke is in one of my favorite Daredevil comics of all time, Born Again, written by Frank Miller and drawn by David Mazzucchelli, the guys who did the best Batman comic year one. So that's the connection there. Most of my knowledge of comics goes back to the 80s. But anyway, so yeah, three different Wolverine comics. Boom, there you go.
Nice.
Wolverine fans rejoice. Alrighty. I'm going to make brief mention. I'm not going to talk too much, but my regular pull, G.I. Joe, been loving this series. You can see there's a Transformer on the cover there. It's been solid. It's been really good. No notes. Also coming out tomorrow, Adventure Time. I've been enjoying this series. I've talked about this one a lot. It's kind of fun. Just like I like it because it's like classic Adventure Time.
Right.
And I do want to just make a brief mention that the each issue has a backup story, and I talked about this with the last issue. But the backup story in this issue is by a St. Louis artist. Her name is Clionique Hilsaka, I believe. And we met her at the local cool comic book creator get together that we are sometimes a part of, called Ink and Drink, and over in St. Louis. And so we got to meet her, and I brought the previous issue, last month's issue. I brought it to show her just in case she hadn't seen that it was out yet, and I was too shy to ask her to sign it.
Was that just last night?
That was last night, yeah. So
I was like, I thought she was there.
Yeah, she was there. So maybe next month I'll bring both of these, or I'll just wait until, because she's got a story serialized in like several issues,
Right.
and I'll just bring a whole stack and be like, sign these.
It'll be just like a convention.
Exactly. Yeah, I need to get you used to doing more conventions. But anyway, yeah, very, very cool comics that I have been enjoying.
Nice.
All right, what's something else that you got here, Sam, that's maybe not got hippopotamuses in it?
I believe we both read this
Ooh.
Muppets Noir.
It might come as a shock to you, Sam, considering what I'm wearing. I'm a big fan of the Muppets.
I'm astounded by this
You might be surprised by that.
Blown away.
But more to the point, I am a big fan of Roger Langridge's Muppets comic series. He did some Muppet comics 15-ish years ago, I think. He did a Muppet series. It was at I thought it was at Boom, but it might have been Dynamite. I don't know. But they were great. They were really good. And so when I saw this solicited, I got super excited that we got more Roger Langridge Muppets, because Roger Langridge is a cartoonist. He writes, draws, illustrates letters. He does. He doesn't color it. I take that back. He does have work with a colorist, but otherwise, he's the writer, artist, letterer, and main cover. And I'm so super excited about this. But enough of what I thought about it, which I haven't even said yet. What did you think of it?
I thought it was excellent. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge follower of the Muppets.
Mm-hmm.
I recently rewatched Christmas Carol over the holiday season.
I mean, that's a
classic.
Yeah.
Muppets Noir was great.
Yeah. I like the Muppets a lot, but I'm not like my whole life doesn't revolve around Muppets.
No.
And I'm also one of those like purists where it's like I really, really just like the Jim Henson Muppets.
Sure.
Not to say that there hasn't been good stuff since. Muppet Christmas Carol is fantastic.
That was
I believe that was the first one they did after Jim Henson passed.
Really?
Yeah, and I also do genuinely really love Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah.
But other than that, the further away you get from the Henson era, the less interested I am.
For sure.
But there's a new one coming out, and I'm sure there's a new series coming out, and I'm sure that probably ties into why they're doing a new Muppet comic.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a chance. You know, I'll see.
What'd you think?
I also love this. Have you read the other side?
No.
I don't even know if they're still in print anymore.
Like they don't do trades of them or anything?
They might. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Because we should be ordering them if people like this.
Yeah. Because
it's really good. I will say one of the things that took me some getting used to with this is seeing the Muppets' legs and feet. You know, because like you're so used to all Muppet TV shows framed a specific way, you know, where it's all from the waist because you know they're puppets. But then this is like a fully formed comic, and you get these scenes where you see them like walking into a room, but it works like with his
Yeah.
art style. You know, he really brings them to life. And I think what I like so much about this is it feels like Roger Langridge just really gets the voice of the Muppets, and it just feels like classic Henson era Muppets. And I read this, and I can't not hear every character's voice when I'm reading it.
The
You know,
exact same experience happened. to
like
me.
the dialogue is so just authentically
Yeah.
Muppets. You just hear the voices loud and clear. And I like that this one, like the style is that like Kermit is. I mean, there's a little bit of a setup with it's the Muppet Show, and then he gets bonked on the head and he
Right.
gets knocked out, and he's reading a detective novel when it happens. So he's like now he's in the detect, you know, he's daydreaming about being a private eye.
Right.
And so it kind of has like all versions of the Muppets, where it's like the Muppet Show, as you can see at the beginning, doing normal, like setting up for all this stuff that they do for the Muppet Show.
Right.
But then it also is the Muppets starring in, you know, a genre
dream,
story,
yeah.
you know. And so yeah, it's really good. I liked it a lot. I would say it's probably my favorite book that came out this week.
Dang, that's pretty good.
I mean, you
Yeah.
know, I was anticipating it. I was highly anticipating it. Yeah, it's good stuff. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, of the three I read, it was definitely my favorite.
Well, there we go. We both thumbs up. 4 thumbs up. All right. I guess. Hang on. Wait. Okay. Now 4 thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. There's a couple of. Oh, I guess we'll briefly mention this. Man, you weren't kidding about like comedy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
it was a funny week.
It's a funny week, right? Which is not normally the case. Sometimes it's a comics are depressing.
Very, yeah.
But also coming out tomorrow, it's Jeff meets Daredevil.
Oh, nice.
Gira Hiru is back with more It's Jeff comics, and Kelly Thompson, I should say, writing them. And you know, I thought I was never really gonna care about Jeff the Land Shark.
So this is what did it, huh?
No, actually, I've enjoyed all of the Jeff comics by Gira
Okay.
Hiru. It's just one of those things where I see it like when I first saw it. I mean, years ago, like when it first came out, I was just like, oh, you know, I rolled my eyes like really hard. I was like, oh, an extra cutesy comic about, you know, a shark dog. Like I remember there was a shark dog character in like an early '90s cartoon called Eek the Cat. I don't know if you ever. I'm showing my age here, talking about Eek the Cat.
Completely.
Yeah. But
Is that Drew?
yeah,
Hey,
Drew. Hey, Drew, how's it going? Yeah, the Muppets comics. I assume that's what you're referring to. They are fantastic, as you saw. But also Jeff, also good for kids. I get
Yeah.
the point is I was prepared to not like it on principle just because it's like trying too hard to be cute, and it turns out it is really really cute and charming, and they all have been.
Right.
Especially just
Oh, he's in court
Yeah,
with his
yeah.
little suit.
He's in his
Oh,
little-
it's adorable.
He's in prison.
He's in jail.
He's in jail, and he's got a little suit and tie, and Matt
Oh.
Murdock is representing him. Look at that. I mean, come on. That's yeah. And you're correct. Eek the Cat is awesome. Sharky the Shark Dog. Thunder Lizards rule. But yeah, this is all over your head, Sam.
Completely.
But yeah, so this, I mean, like all the other Jeff comics, it's just little short stories, but they're cute.
Nice.
They're cute and fun, and they have Marvel characters in them. And I highly, highly, highly recommend it for if you like cute and fun comics.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. I've got 2 more books here to talk about. Did you have?
I have a third.
Well, let's talk about one of these first,
Sure.
and then I guess I mean I think all of it's like comedy still, just
Yeah.
all of these. Well, I was excited for this one. This is like a classic. I think there's been a few since. I'm overselling it.
Yeah.
Lenore #1. This is a new Lenore comic. Roman Dirge's Lenore. Lenore is a comic that's been around for a long time,
Yeah.
like a underground, not strictly underground, but like an alt comic.
Mm.
I think it was originally at Slave Labor Graphics when that was a thing. If anybody, so this was like back in the 2000s, all the cool kids would buy their alternative comics at Hot Topic. And that's where you got like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and Lenore was another one of those.
That
and-
makes sense.
Because it's a comedy book, but it's kind of like macabre, Yeah, OG SLG. It's correct. It's like macabre, a little bit of that early LOL so random, but like not
Okay.
internet humor version, just like
Like-
like dark and silly. Uh, and all the goth kids like this.
Right. So this is for somebody who is not obsessed, but maybe likes Nightmare Before Christmas a lot.
You can, I mean, even just looking at the art here, you can see like some relationship to Nightmare
Sure,
Before
yeah.
Christmas. The designs, yeah, that type of person for sure. But yeah, I read a little bit of this one, and it's like it's classic Lenore.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's still Roman Dirge doing it. Like it's his thing, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's funny and like sometimes a little gross and sometimes silly, and it's got a lot of that like dark, cute, kind of a thing. Like
Yeah.
where it walks that line where it's
Mhm.
like dark but also cutesy. Let's see. You bought all yours from Fantasy in Belleville. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Yeah, that's our stores have been around. It's been a while.
Yeah. Belleville has a rich history, I've been
Does.
told.
Some I've been told. But anyway, yeah, if you see this one on the shelf, because I think somebody it was my wife. She saw the picture on Facebook, and she's like, "What is that new? Like, what's going on with that?" So a lot of you old school readers might look at this and be like, "Oh my gosh, is it new Lenore?" It is new Lenore.
Nice.
Back in the day, Belleville was the only one outside of St. Louis to have indie books. That's true.
Wow.
That's why I went there, was just to get this kind of stuff.
What date range would that be?
Like early 2000s, like 2000.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
2004ish. Like I know I bought a lot of weird stuff there back. Again, showing my age, and just
They were like, when I was a kid, they were one of the only places that carried manga. Like,
yeah,
was-
that one
yeah.
too. Yeah. Other than like before the big bookstore explosion, where like Borders just had everything. Yeah, 2004ish. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
All right. So we both got one more book to talk about. This might end up being kind of a short stream. I mean, we can talk about Muppets some more, I guess.
Sure, I'm down. It was good.
It was really good. Anyway, what else do you got over there?
So I didn't get to finish this, but I read a little bit of Vertigo's End of
Ooh.
Life.
Yeah,
Which was
I wanted to kind of look at this just kind of on principle, because I'm excited that Vertigo's a thing again.
right. That's why I wanted to read it.
Yeah, but I didn't even have a chance to flip through it. So you said you read a little bit of it. What'd you think?
It was good. I
It's-
wasn't so like, my association with Vertigo is mainly like, I don't know, like Sandman and stuff
Mhm.
like that. I don't really picture the brand as kind of like goofy humor, but this was definitely that.
I mean, Preacher was
Yeah, I guess I
was,
don't think of Preacher.
right. Yeah, and also like Transmetropolitan was a little goofy in some
Yeah.
places. Yeah, there was definitely a vibe to like classic Vertigo, and a lot of people I think overinflate because it's like, yeah, you have your Sandman, your Swamp Thing, your Constantine, Hellblazer, like that's all a certain thing. But then you did have some of the more just like
Wacky books.
not necessarily, yeah, wacky, but
Yeah.
like high concept that just played with genres, and they weren't afraid to be funny. Like Garth Ennis can be really funny when he wants to be,
Right,
But anyway, this is by Kyle Starks and Steve Pugh, which I forget which book they did together. I thought they'd done something together before, but was it the Peacemaker Tries Hard? Did they both do that one?
I don't remember. I've only read a handful of things by Kyle Starks.
Yeah, same
he's got
actually.
a good sense of humor.
Yeah, I know he does a lot of comedy stuff.
Yeah.
I did read the preview for this one that was in some DC books a few months back.
Right.
And so this one, like, what's the high concept here?
So, okay. The premise is basically that the main character is a part of this elite group of hitmen that called the Menagerie. They are all animal themed. And he takes a hit. They clear out this like museum or some heavily guarded area, and then he realizes, oh crap, this is where the Raven is part of the Menagerie, and so he gets a huge bounty put on his head.
Okay.
The main character is really good with guns, but you get the impression that he's kind of an idiot. So
Yeah,
they-
kind of that like lovable doofus.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
And so he
Could he be
is-
played by Chris Pratt?
more than likely, yeah. I was thinking more like, oh, who's in the Star Trek ones? Is it
Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Both. I mean, the Chris's. You know,
Yeah.
of
there's
the
a lot
of
them.
the Chris's, those are the two that both have that. I mean, that Dungeons and Dragons movie, that was Chris Pine,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that feels exactly like what this character is, where he's
Yeah.
like kind of the guy in charge, but he screws up and he's a goofball.
Yeah.
But he's secretly like really good. You know, what's like the TV tropes name for it? Like crouching doofus hidden badass. You know, something like
I've
that.
never heard
You
that.
never heard that?
No,
Oh, okay.
but that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so the main character is like, I don't know where to go. He's got like a handler who's just like, I can't talk to you after this point. Just go where nobody would find you. So he decides to go to his childhood home
Okay.
because he's an idiot.
He's an idiot,
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, they set up a little bit of the world. You
It's
know,
got kind of like a John Wick flavor to it.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I got that vibe just from like you're saying they all have like themed and there's like
Right.
an infrastructure to the world of assassins, which is very John Wick.
Very
you know.
John Wick. Yeah, I've not seen any of those movies, and I know it's John Wick.
You've not seen any of the John Wick
I always
movies?
impress you with what I haven't seen or read.
You know,
like every week.
I'm a bit of a gatekeeper, so
Yeah.
that's okay. I mean, I'm not even the biggest fan of the John Wick movies.
But which ones have you seen? Have you seen
The
all of
first
them?
two.
Okay.
I only saw
Yeah.
I didn't like the second one that much, and I never saw the
Oh.
third one.
Yeah.
First one's good.
Okay.
But I just complete sidetrack. We're not talking about comics anymore. From the same directors of John Wick, I recommend the Nobody movie starring Bob Odenkirk. I
Okay.
think that I haven't seen the second Nobody movie. I really want to watch it.
Yeah.
But the first one I thought was better than John Wick.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, hands down. I
Seen
liked it a
them
lot more.
advertised. I just never have done.
I mean, it's basically the
Mr.
same
Nobody.
movie, just with Bob Odenkirk instead of Keanu Reeves. But it
I
works
like
better
that
for
better,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so end of the line. You liked it.
Yeah, I'll probably finish it tomorrow when I'm at work. so.
All right on. I'm just happy that Vertigo's back. You know?
Yeah. me
and I
too.
really I hope DC can kind of keep up the momentum with it too. Like
Right.
they've just been doing so well these last couple of years with all their initiatives, like revitalizing their main line and doing the Absolute books and the DC Digest. Like
Yeah.
I'm hoping this just turns out to be another hit for them.
I hope Vertigo stays. Like
Yeah.
they're definitely higher concept books. That,
Mhm.
Yeah, they just have a lot to them.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
One more book to talk about today, and then I think we'll be throwing in the towel. But it is another 1980s action comedy themed book. Did you even see this one on the shelf?
No, I didn't.
I know it's so easy to like when you're staring at the wall and your eyes go cross-eyed because there's just so many books.
Yeah.
This is Death Fight Forever. And this one definitely it caught my eye because I was like, oh, this is like clearly like an 80s video game action movie vibe. Like you got like just the character designs right there. But also I noticed this cover is by Andrew McLean, who's an artist that I really, really like.
That's the headlopper.
That's
guy.
the guy,
Mhm.
Headlopper.
Yeah.
And so Andrew McLean is the creator and writer of this, but this issue is illustrated by there we go, Alex Zarit, who also is like an underground indie artist. And it just flew out of my brain the book that he did. He did some cool sci-fi stuff, but Alex Zarit's art is very like psychedelic blacklight colors.
Ooh, yeah.
Like it just looks really, really cool. And so this is like this book also it's almost more of a straight comedy. Like this is 100% just like yucking it up, almost like a parody of action movie video games of the
Right.
80s. Like the two, like obviously this is a character here that's like a tiger man. There's like some kind of supervillain that he's like a snake person. The two main characters are like the characters from Contra, the video game Contra,
Right.
and they're named Crash and Bash, which pretty sure it's like I'm old now and my memory is fading, I'm pretty sure I wrote a comic like 15 years ago where the two main characters were in Crash and Bash.
No way.
Not wholly original, but I'm like, as soon as I get home, I'm gonna go home and check that. I'm like, did I
Call
do
your
that?
lawyer.
Right? No, this is nothing like what I was doing. But yeah, it's just like kind of silly, comedic action. There's like straight up. I don't want to spoil anything, but like there's a big action scene that happens because of like a comedy scene is playing out where like two it's like a Zucker Brothers bit where like two characters are in the foreground like having an awkward conversation, and in the background there's like stuff and that's like the main action. Like the main action is what's happening in the background while these two characters in the foreground.
Yeah.
Death Riders. I think that is. Yeah, that sounds about right. I can't confirm that though. My brain is just, it's out of my brain entirely. But yeah, I enjoyed this. It's like pretty goofy. I'm curious about the next issues though, because Alex Zarid is not drawing all of it. It's a different like underground indie artist drawing each issue, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that you can kind of see different guys like doing their take on this kind of a silly story. It reminded me a little bit of the do you remember, and this was like 10 years ago at this point, if not more, the short film Kung Fury that came out? You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what I'm talking about.
It's been forever since I've
Okay,
seen it,
but it's like
yeah.
it's like 20-30 minutes long, and it's
Mhm.
all just like action movie cliché,
Goes
80s
through
action
time
cliches.
and,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. So if I can just be honest with you, first of all, I'm so happy that you knew what it was. But I actually don't love Kung Fury.
Oh, really?
It's like one joke for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But
It's been a while since I've seen it.
sure.
Probably, yeah.
But anyway, this kind of gave me a little bit of those vibes, but like there's an actual story going on in here, whereas Kung Fury there was no story. It was just like
absurd.
this happens and then this happens and then this happens. Anyway, I enjoyed this. Looking forward to future issues. I like Andrew McLean a lot.
Yeah.
He does cool stuff.
Headlopper was awesome.
Headlopper's great. Oh, on that subject, in the back there's an ad for I thought it was in the back. Oh, how embarrassing. I'm not prepared.
I think I saw like the Headlopper character near the front. when we
Okay,
were
maybe
flipping
it was.
through it.
Oh yeah, sorry, it is the front. There we go. New Headlopper celebrating 10
No
years. Yeah,
way.
returns with a new #1.
That's awesome.
So there you go. Like a new Headlopper comic. We will definitely be talking about that
Mhm.
when that comes out, because I like Headlopper quite a bit.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's everything. That's all we
Okay.
got. There's like, there's some other, obviously there's more comics coming out tomorrow. I should, maybe I didn't grab enough to show off, but
Trying to think of some other noteworthy mentions.
I think this was the most interesting stuff.
Yeah.
If I may be so bold, there's, there's actually, you know what? There's a new issue of X-Men. And I meant to
Yeah.
grab it because I was going to make you talk about it, even though you hadn't read it.
I didn't
So-
pick out a Marvel or DC book
How-
this week.
How wild is
It
that?
was wild. Yeah.
Well, all right, everybody. So yeah, we're done for today. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Aaron. This is Sam here,
Hey.
Fantasy Books and Games. And like our friend Dan says, there's comics out there for every. You can say it now too, because you just grabbed 3 non-Marvel and DC books.
Not a
it's
superhero to be found.
Not just superheroes. Sometimes it's actually a lot of times this week it's 80s action movie cliches. There's a lot of that, but there's also hippopotamuses on cocaine and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, check us out. We're here at Fantasy Books and Games for every Heights, Illinois. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.